Bottom half of the ninth inning, 2-0 ball game. The Masters trying to get the complete win shutout for James Scott. He'll take the mound to start the ninth inning. Bullpen is ready if needed. Is Kyle Blackwell, the designated hitter, to lead it off. Pitch is down low, ball 1 to Blackwell. Eric Peterson, the first baseman, and Cody Lavallee, the right fielder, due up as well. James Scott has been terrific today. No runs, 5 hits over his 8 innings of work. Blackwell takes a look at the called strike. Even up, 1 ball, 1 strike. The difference between a 2-run ball game and a 1-run ball game is you got to get somebody on to possibly tie it with a home run. And they got somebody on as Blackwell is hit by pitch. That is the 11th hit by pitch of the series for Lewis Clark State.
Well, the one thing about the Warriors, as we see a courtesy runner come out there, and actually that will be a pinch runner. It's Will Thorpe running over at first base. But the Warriors kind of take the mentality of, if you're going to throw it inside, we're going to just take it. And they do. They don't move. They don't try to get out of the way.
If I got hit by a pitch, just call 911.
I just start crying.
Yes.
You know, then I go,
lay in the batter's box
well,
and sob.
Then I go home.
Yeah.
You know, the game is over.
Take the ball with you.
Yeah, that game is over. I mean, I'm done. I'm like you. Okay, you win. You know, I go home. I take my bat and ball and I go home.
Now you have Eric Peterson at the plate. Can he tie it with the swing of the bat? He certainly can. He's got 4 home runs this year.
Yeah, but right now there's just no wind whatsoever in Harris Field. And while this park certainly affords a few home runs every now and then, it's very tough when there's not a little wind.
The 1-0 pitching up. Spot to the plate is outside. It's 2 balls, no strikes.
Down the right field line, 335. Down the left field line, 315.
If there is a power alley in this ballpark, it is just left of the scoreboard, isn't it, Terry?
Yep, that's pretty much the primary position for almost all home runs. And yet, this year, most of them have been going over left field or dead red center field, which is very unusual.
Scott finds himself down in the count, 3 balls, no strikes to Eric Peterson. 1 on after the hit by pitch to Blackwell. Pitch to the plate is a strike called. It's 3-1.
There's only been 7 home runs in the World Series.
I was going to say, I'm not sure I have broadcast a home run in any of the games I've done.
And the only teams that have more than 1 are the Lee Flames and the LcS Warriors, and it's one guy, Blackwell.
There's a base on ball, so now you got the winning run coming to the plate here in the 9th inning.
And the guy who's got the most home runs for the Warriors of LcS is this guy, Cody Lavallee.
So what do you do here if you're the Masters? You've got Scott, who has thrown just a gem today, but you have your closer ready to roll.
Yeah, Tony Kister is out there, and he is, in fact, not even throwing now. He's just standing there with the glove to the side and watching the ongoings, so he's more than ready. Kister's been throwing for almost an inning and a half, and it looks like, we'll check here and see if we've got a...
Yeah, but the runner is a Brian Corliss that is running for Peterson.
Corliss over at first base. So now you've got Will Thorpe out there at second base running for Blackwell. You've got Brian Corliss running for Peterson. And if you follow the Warriors, you know the reason they do this is foot speed. Corliss and Thorpe run much better than Blackwell and Peterson.
Cody Lavallee, I think, has just had a miserable series up to this point.
Yeah, Cody Lavallee, in fact, is hitting 133 in World Series play. And today, 0 for 3.
He's 1 for 3. He had that single in the 4th inning, I think. They asked him to lay down a bunt, and he's hit by the pitch in the batter's box, so it's ruled dead, strike 1.
And you're right, Lavallee today 1 for 3 with a single and was left stranded back in the 4th.
This is a guy that came into the series hitting 389. He's now down to 371 for the series. Again, Thorpe at second, Corliss at first, nobody out. See if they keep the bunt on and try to move the tying run into scoring position. And they do. It's a terrific bunt. They'll throw down the line to first base. And now the tying run is at second with 1 out. Nice job by Lavallee, the power hitter, to get the sacrifice bunt down.
Yeah, that's not something you see every day. And as you look to the season statistics for Cody Lavallee, he'd only sacrificed 4 times previous to that.
He did it perfectly there, and now it's up to the left fielder, Kyle Carnegie. We are in the bottom of the 9th inning. It's a 2-0 lead for the Masters. Again, they have had drama in each of their ball games in the 9th, winning one and losing one. Pitch delivered to the plate, swung on back up the middle. That's into center field. 1 run will score. Here comes Corliss. The throw to the plate's not in time. It's a 2-run single for Kyle Carnegie.
Wow, what a turn of events there. And Kyle Carnegie, the Lewiston, Idaho native, brings a couple of thousand die-hard baseball fans on a relatively chilly Tuesday morning to their feet. And all of a sudden, it is now 2-2, and your heart just hurts
for James Scott.
I mean, my heart is aching for that guy. What a performance, and then this.
He throws such a jam, and Carnegie's ball just, you're a Masters fan, just painfully bounced about 5 times going through the middle of the infield.
Yeah, if Scott could have even gotten a portion of a glove there, we might have seen the defensive gem of the day. As is, it just squeaks through. And we just talked about Thorpe and Corliss and why they put them in for Blackwell and Peterson. Well, you witnessed it right there.
Yes.
Because of the foot speed with that ball, and it was moving on contact, and both runners were off to the races, and you saw Corliss, while it was a head-first slide in a cloud of dust, he was actually in pretty easily to score the second run.
So now we're going to get a look at the reliever into the ball game.
That's Tommy Kister, and we've told you pretty much everything we can tell you about him. With 10 saves on the year, you can't help but think that Monty Brooks probably would second-guess himself to go to the bullpen 1 batter earlier. The 3.60 ERA and 2-0 record. He's appeared in 26 games. He's not started a game, so this is his only job. He is the closer. 10 saves. He has thrown 40 innings. He has given up 17 runs, 16 earned on 40 base hits, so he averages 1 base hit an inning. He's struck out 32, he's walked 11, a 3-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, and opponents are batting .263 against the crafty little right-hander, Tommy Kister.
So Scott is out of the ball game. Kister is 6'2", 210-pound junior.
Let's go down the box for Scott, who again it just breaks your heart going 8 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs both earned on 6 base hits. He walked 1, actually walked 5 and struck out 1. He induced, while he was out there, 15 ground balls that produced 4 double plays in this game, and he threw just an arm-bending 128 pitches. And then this, Kyle Carnegie's single with base runners on following the hit batsman and the walk and the 2-run score. And all of a sudden, it's a brand new ball game in Lewiston, Idaho, 2-2.
Boy, the drama that the Masters has put up with here this week in the 9th inning. Northwood, I think, scored 3 in the 9th to get within a run.
LC with a pinch hitter here, it's Ryan Sells. Now, if you don't know about Ryan Sells, he's been battling foot problems for the better part of a month and a half. He has been in a walking boot when he is not on the field. Literally in a walking boot when he gets off the field every night. So here's Ryan Sells now with 1 on and 1 out.
Sells comes into this at bat with a .350 average on the year. He's got some pop. He's got 6 home runs. Right now they would like to, would certainly take a home run, but they want to string a couple of hits together right now.
Yeah, with 2 outs, I would think LC's mission here in the bottom of the 9th, moving a guy up and see if he can't get that winning run across.
Tommy Kister on the mound trying to shut this thing down and get it into extra innings. Toss over to first base, sends Carnegie back to the bag.
And that looks like
a pitch run for Carnegie as well.
Kevin Knapp out there at first base. So we're getting pinch runners all over the place here, and pinch hitters and all kinds of guys. They're mixing it up out there in the 9th inning.
So Knapp drawing the attention of Kister.
And Kevin Knapp on the year is a bit of a threat. He is 11 of 14 in stolen bases, so he can run. And that's a lot for LCSC Warrior.
Pitch on the way, swung on, lifted into center field, a long run. And running it down is going to be Halverson. That ball was actually kind of cutting away from Halverson. But on the long run, he handles it easily on the fly ball to center, and there are 2 down. We're going to go with Jacob Cano here at the plate. In the bottom of the 9th inning, a 2-run rally for Lewis Clark State here in the 9th. A hit by pitch, a base on balls, perfectly executed sacrifice, and then a seeing eye single through the middle of the infield, scored 2. Kevin Knapp, the pinch runner, is at first base. With 2 down, it's Cano at the plate. He has no home runs this year. 9 doubles. Pitch is high. It is 1 ball, no strikes. If he extends the inning, the top of the order is on deck. I think we've had an extra inning game yet in this World Series.
Nope. All games have been completed in their scheduled 9 innings so far.
The 1-0. Instead, the toss over to first base. The tag applied by Shackelford, but back to the bag goes Kevin Knapp, who's running for Kyle Carnegie. Carnegie moments ago had that 2-run single through the middle.
Line scores exactly the same, 2-6-1 for both clubs.
Kister looks in. The 1-0 pitch. Hit him. Got him on the shoulder. Now the winning run is in scoring position.
And Kister, not happy with himself. In his 26 relief appearances this year, he has hit 6 batsmen.
So Jake Shirley at the plate. Shirley singled into center field in the 8th. He's flied to center. He reached on an error by the second baseman Robeson in the 3rd. And he walked in the 1st. So he's been on base 3 of the 4 times. Officially is 1 for 3 in the ballgame.
Shirley hitting .385 in the series, .335 on the season, and 4 home runs to his credit.
Yeah, the tying run in scoring position.
Interesting to note that Steve Carkenny out there in left is playing very shallow.
In fact, I noticed the whole outfield is relatively shallow.
Yeah, they're all kind of playing in. I don't think they want anything, obviously, to get by them.
There are 2 outs as Tommy Kister trying to work out of this jam. Snap down at second. Cano aboard at first. The pitch is outside, and it is 2-0 to Jake Shirley. Bobby Joe Tannehill waits on deck.
One thing Shirley is relatively adept at is going with the pitch. So if Kister tries to pitch him outside, Shirley is capable of poking this down the right field line.
Knapp the winning run with the lead off a second. There's a strike by Kister. That's a nice pitch. And it is 2 balls, 1 strike on the center fielder for Lewis Clark State.
And I get the impression Jake Shirley was waiting on that pitch. He wasn't even going to swing until he saw a strike.
2-2 ball game, bottom of the 9th inning, 2 out. The 2-1 pitch just misses the outside corner.
Kister wanted it.
And he really did want it.
I'm not so sure that that wasn't a strike. That was a beautiful pitch. I mean, he painted the black, but Kister, to his credit, nods his head, yep, and goes right back out on the mound.
So the count now 3-1 to Shirley at the plate. Pitch delivered, swung on, base hit, right field. Talley is going to glove it. Here comes the throw to the plate. Knapp trying to score from second, does, and LC State rallies with a 3-run bottom half of the 9th inning to win this in walk-off fashion. 3-2 on the RBI single by Jake Shirley.
Wow, that's just amazing. And you just look over, and while you watch the celebration for the LCSC Warriors and moving on in this losers bracket game, and man, are they a happy bunch. You just can't help but feel for Monty Brooks and their starter, James Scott. What an incredible 8 1/3 performance, and it all goes by the wayside in the 9th.
Chris Talley, who was already playing pretty shallow, you see him come up, and he delivers a laser to the plate.
Oh, it's a
no
great
chance
throw
for Spencer Toth to get the tag down in time.
Had that ball been up the line
Yes.
a little bit further, I got news for you, Dave. I think they would have had him.
That's your final today. What a dramatic turn of events here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Lewis Clark State shut out through 8, scores 3 in the 9th on 7 base hits, 1 error in the ball game. The Masters 2 runs on 6 base hits. They commit 1 error in the ball game. The winning pitcher is going to be David Murillo.
Murillo.
And Murillo gets the victory. Meanwhile, the loss absorbed by James Scott.
They
That
what?
is not just